Alright, so this is a review on the soundtrack to Coming to America for the movie Coming to America. Not the first one, but the second one. So there's basically 12 tracks in there. Now, the artwork, you can see that Eddie Murphy is there. That grin is fucking hilarious. I can't even do the grin properly. It's such a cheesy, that cheesy smile, and it's funny because I think that's the stereotype as well, where, when you're a freshie, as they call them, it's like most Africans are usually that smiley and friendly, and that's the other thing. You see what I mean? They're friendly, they're smiley. You know what I mean? That they're happy-go-lucky, which is interesting compared to the way they try to portray it in the mainstream media. They try to portray Africa as poor, this, that, and the other. So when you think of poverty, you would think shouldn't they be angry and upset, but versus, we're gonna get into poverty versus the West. No, versus the Western world versus in Africa and all that stuff there. Although there are still some similarities, but we'll get into that another day, alright? Alright, so boom. Like he's smiling, obviously in the car. Looks like a limo really, because you can see there's I forgot what it's called. But anyway, that's there. He's got a crown on his head. Like I said, he's smiling. You can see the sign in the window. This is very, very detailed. You see what I'm saying? And the window's down, but you can see the sign which says New York. So there's 12 tracks, as I said. So there's Get Off featuring Tiana Taylor and Jermaine Fowler and Brandon Rogers. Then there's I Am a King featuring Bobby Sessions and Megan Thee Stallion. Before I get onto the other tracks, I like the first track, don't get it twisted, but I want to get onto the because if I talk about that, then it's a situation where I'm gonna end up diving into certain situations, and I want you to see the movie. And if you have seen the movie, then fair enough. So you already know, right? But the second track, I Am King, I like that because it's an affirmation. I am king, and I genuinely feel that way. Even before I understood what a king was and all that stuff there, I was moving with that mindset. You see what I mean? I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know if it's a Leo thing, I don't know if it's just a man, like a man thing, I don't know. But I've been moving that way, and then there was a time when I stopped moving that way. Now I'm back to moving that way. So I mean, anyway. So yeah, Megan Thee Stallion is on the feature, and this is my point about Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen my reactions to Megan Thee Stallion before, but I've always said that she has potential to rap about other stuff. Like she can really rap. Like I'm telling you, she can really, really rap. She's got flows. But my thing is, what other things can she rap about? You see what I mean? I want her to have a sustainable career. Yeah? Mainly because she's a woman. Yeah? Because there's too many men in this game. I want to see more women. Yeah? Like, forgive me. Not if to say forgive me. Listen, I'm a man. Yeah? So naturally, I'm going to want to see more women. Like, I don't know about you, but I know about me. I'm a man. I want to hear and see more women. Like, why do I want to see more men? Think about it. If you want to see more men and you're a man, fair enough. If you get me, and I'm not even trying to do it on a level of just trying to gawk at them or anything like that. It's not even that. Anyway. But yeah, I like her flow in that. I like what she raps about in here as well. You know what I mean? I think she said something about I'm a queen. She mentioned about her being a queen and she's an important piece to the puzzle or whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? And it's true, because if you know how to play the game of chess, you will know that the queen is more important than the king. Just bear that in mind. Like, because the queen protects the king. And then speaking of that, speaking of chess, speaking of I'm a King, the next track after that is We Got the Moves featuring Boo Young Prince. Then there is Koroba by Tiwa Savage, which is also on the album Celia, so make sure you go stream that. If you want to see my review on that, go ahead and do that, but after this video. Then there is Go Big featuring YG and Big Sean. Then there is Smash the Crowd featuring Public Enemy, Ice-T and PMD. Now here's the thing about this. As much as it's interesting because around that era when the first sequel Coming to America came out, that's when Public Enemy and Ice-T and was EPMD at their peak then? I don't know about that. I'm not too sure. But Ice-T and Public Enemy were definitely at their peak around around the 80s. You see what I mean? I know EPMD were doing their thing in the 90s. That I do know of. So my thing is the sound. I love it. Don't get it twisted. I love that old school boom bap. That, you know what I mean? I love that sound. But I just feel like it went slightly off the tonality of the soundtrack itself. It's a good track, 10 out of 10 for the track, but it's the thing where it just seemed like, yeah, we could have done without that. No offense, do you see what I mean? Then there's Assurance by Davido. That's also one of his albums. I think is it A Good Time or A Better Time? I think it's on A Good Time album. Then there's Waka Waka featured by Techno. I'm glad he's on there. Get me? Techno, you know. Anyway. Then there's Midnight Train from Zamunda by Gladys Knight. Yes. If you're probably wondering, yes, she did remix her tune. You know, Midnight Train to Georgia. She remixed that. I like that. She remixed her classic. Think about it. She remixed her classic for a classic. Then there is What a King, We Are Family mashup by En Vogue, Short and Pepper, Randy Watson, and Sexual Chocolate. Yes, like I mentioned, if you've seen the review of the movie, I mentioned that En Vogue and Salt and Pepper are also in the movie. And yeah, they have this song, which is interesting, the fact they have this mashup. And then there is These Streets featuring M.I. Castle and Mikasa. That's one of those other tracks that it's a decent track, but we could have done without it on this particular soundtrack. And then there is Coming to America by John Legend, Burna Boy, and Nile Rodgers. Despite what I may think or feel about John Legend, excuse me, his vocals did this song justice. Wow, it is what it is. We're gonna say something else, but that should have been the first track, not the last track. Do you see what I mean? Because I'm just thinking about chronologically, but it does go in sync with the other tracks, minus the two tracks that I mentioned. That's, you know, good songs, but they're not really in fit of the song or the soundtrack. Even though in some context, you know. But anyway, so on that basis, I'm gonna give it like a 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10. Yeah. I do think that with albums like this or soundtracks like this, it's always good when the artists on here, they are featured. For example, if you're doing a movie about featuring Africans or trying to depict Africa in different light or different settings, it's good to have African artists on the soundtrack. It's the same thing with Lion King with Beyonce. You know, she gave us a gift, which is The Gift. You see what I mean? And she featured, you know, a number of African artists on here, or on there. So it's good that, you know, Eddie Murphy went down this route as well. I don't know who's in charge of this whole soundtrack, but it's good that they went down this route. Yeah, they could have done with more African artists. I can't lie. You know, it would have been nice to hear like some South African artists. Seeing as they already had a South African actress, why not go look for a South African artist? Why not get someone like Nasty C? You see what I mean? So or get AKA, or get no, Nasty C would have been cold. And even if he had one song in here, or even if he had a little cameo in Coming to America, that would have been interesting. You know what I mean? Because I think he's acted in something before. Maybe there was a situation where he could have, and he just couldn't because of timing and all that stuff. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But the link to the album is in the description box below. Yeah, and what I want to say is, normally I take myself as in context to our context, it is what it is, but I'm not going to do that today. I will say, if you want to support what we're doing, rebuilding the infrastructure in the African and Caribbean diaspora, the link to that is in the description box below. You can make a donation of any amount, you get me, and we'll do what's necessary to progress to that next level, to do what's necessary, all right, with your help, because I can't do this by myself. You hear me? If you want to join the team, the link's in the description box below. Just find the contact details, and you know, let's work. You know what I mean? Let's put in the work. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's it. If there's anything else you want me to react to next, or do a review on, or talk about, leave that in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.